One more thing I want to talk about before we go on this Monday. The locker room's a mess. Starting to get a little bit messy here. KJ Osborne ended up posting a conversation off his phone that he had with his agent about his playing time. I guess he wasn't supposed to play. He wasn't supposed to play on Sunday, and then they told him he was going to play. Maybe it was because of the Javon Baker illness, but they then told him he was going to play. He goes out there, he scores a touchdown, and he ends up posting on social media a conversation he has with his agent. Completely unnecessary, utterly ridiculous. If you watched him after the touchdown catch, which again was a nice play, great throw by Drake, he does the whole cell phone thing, like the call me motion. Now, I don't know if he was telling, the team to call on him to play more, or he was telling front offices across the league to call the Patriots so he can get the hell out of here. But that was a mess. Jalen Polk yesterday, dropping the football, falling to the ground on the 2-point conversion, and then he goes to social media with the peace, the 2-finger peace emoji, and then deleted that shortly after. What are we doing? Aquale, he discussed ego in the postgame. This is from Andrew Callahan. Aquale told reporters, Jerod just said in the postgame, everybody got to check their ego when they come in, and I agree with him. I feel like a lot of guys think too highly of themselves and have to check their ego and come in and just play as a team. I feel like if we play as a team, nobody can stop us. But if we go out there and do our own thing and play outside of the scheme, that's when we get beat. How many times have we heard this? Jabril Peppers. Obviously, he got his own issues now, but Peppers came out and said the team was selfish. Devon Gottschall came out on the radio and said that the team was selfish. Now Aquale is saying there are some guys on this team that are playing selfish. And all of this is out there for the world to see and hear. Not ideal. Far from it. Multiple guys saying we got players on this team that are selfish. Kendrick Bourne also spoke. Bourne spoke to Andrew Callahan. He's talking about the game. He said the time zone was definitely a factor. That was a challenge. Maybe wake up earlier. Find ways to fight that adversity first. That's the first battle. Playing Jacksonville is the second battle. If we struggle to win the first battle, we're going to be struggling to win the second battle. That's how I felt. That's how I feel now, and we've got to be better in that area. Callahan asked Bourne, so how do you change that mentality? Bourne said, quote, that's personal decisions. Again, Bourne said, that's personal decisions. Rather than staying up all night or eating whatever. Interesting, right? So Kendrick Bourne, he's asked, how do you change the mentality of kind of being ready, earlier game? How do you get going? He says, personal decisions. How about you don't stay up all night? How about you don't eat whatever you want? Is he telling us that there are players that are staying up all night before a football game, eating whatever they want, not being prepared, not in the best frame of mind? Is that what Kendrick Bourne is saying? He continued, whatever it is, whatever makes us be better. We have to make those decisions to be better, so when we get to the game, we can be better. Callahan followed up, said, are you giving theoretical examples, or are you saying those things happen and guys aren't committed? Bourne said, yeah, I would say yeah. Yeah, there's certain things we need to figure out that's within. That's how the energy feels. There's something else that is contributing to us having low energy. Like we had good long drives, and that's when we need to play our hardest. But with those drives, we start to get tired. There's self-evaluating we need to do. I don't know who specifically. It's just as a group, it feels like that. Just how I operate, I can feel it. So that's just where I see we can be a lot better. So you got players saying that other players are selfish. You've got wide receivers who are going to social media immediately following games, complaining and crying. You've got Kendrick Bourne, somebody who is seen as a leader of this team and brings a great vibe to the locker room, saying guys need to be more professional pretty much. Other than that, how was the play, Mrs. Lincoln? Mayo desperately needs to get guys on the same page. This is a dumpster fire right now.